Welcome to Chasing Winners. Peter O'Neill, David Shortte and Jesse Erenshaw are about to join you to preview the meeting from Mandurah in the Peel tonight. They will also look in depth at the meeting from Cannington tomorrow night. The boys will also be joined by Ryan Levitsky, who will provide his best over the 2 nights of chasing. Let the chase begin.
Racing, missing it there, Smooth Plane. Have a look at the speed from Where's Poppy and booting over Uncle Tommy and holding the rail. Cluster. Oh, it got awfully squeezy and Cluster held the lead. But have a look at Miss Envy. She got the best run you could ever think of. Miss Envy takes over now. Cluster's a length away. Deep out was Uncle Tommy, railing hard. Smooth Plane. Midfield might have been. They break clear from Sweet Sundown and Chapel Road. Miss Envy the leader. Smooth Plane's coming. Miss Envy and Smooth Plane. Miss Envy digs and wins. Oh, what a win. Miss Envy from Smooth Plane.
Yes, Miss Envy for WA takes out the National Sprint Championship. We've now won 4 of the last 5 runnings for the National Sprint Championship. Throw in a Stayers National Championship there as well. WA certainly has been on fire on the national platform. David Shortte's caught up in traffic this morning, but he would have enjoyed again listening to that replay. Well done to the Shinners and well done to WA. Shorty, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Pete, Jesse, everyone tuned in to Chasing Winners. A stunning night for WA Greyhound Racing. 4 of the last 5, as you've touched on. Look, the caller sort of touched on it being a lucky run. I think she made her own luck, Miss Envy, by bursting out of the pack. There were a few that wanted to get wide. She really did cash in on that rails being available. And then she was pretty brave late. Smooth Plane's a really nice dog, and it was coming hard, but Miss Envy dug in. It was a stunning win. Well done to Crystal Shinners and the connections, and another big night for WA Greyhound Racing. How was the experience, Pete? How did you enjoy it over there in South Australia?
It was really, really good, but I must say after the race there wasn't a lot of celebrations. A couple of the states really aren't the best of sports when it comes to WA winning. I know we've won 4 of the last 5, but I remember, Shorty, and you would too, there was a period of time there when I think Victoria won 7 in a row, and I remember always congratulating them, always brought up to be a good sport, but anyway, besides that, it was outstanding, and South Australia did a really good job on producing that. It'll be an interesting, Jesse, as I say good morning to you and bring you into the program, interesting decision for the Shinners now, because the Mandurah Cup heats next week, and there's a decision to be made whether they stay here with Miss Envy, richer stake money, or go across for what might be an easier race in the Oaks in South Australia.
And they also have the option to go to New South Wales in the coming weeks as well for some heats of the $1 Million Chase at Wentworth Park.
They actually qualify straight through to the semi-finals, from what I understand.
Yeah, so you'd think that you'd have to have a crack there with $1 million on offer, but locally you'd think you'd go for the Mandurah Cup heats first. If you get knocked out, you'd probably go over to South Australia, although I don't think the prize money is as good as the Mandurah Cup. I think it's something like $30,000 compared to $60,000.
60, yeah. Champagne Cuddles coming across trialling tonight for Graham Jost, who's had success in WA before, so it's going to be a really good series, as you'd expect, with good prize money on offer. Let's get into the thoughts on the program tonight. The first gets underway at 7:04. It's over the 488 metres, and the favourite is number 7, Sure Oliver, at $2.70 currently. Jesse, which way are you going in the first?
I'll go 1-7-6-2, one Zipping Lewick off the good draw. Ran second last week from box 7. He was well supported in the market. I think tonight he can get the job done. There's a fair bit of early pace, but it's all from the outside boxes, so she should be able to camp on the rail and she'll get a good run here. From number 7, Sure Oliver, her last start was a good third behind Whole Shot before, then a winner in 27.68. Won't mind the wide draw. For third, 6 Defender, I'll get back run on sort of Greyhound, same too with number 2, Weston Panda. It should be on speed early, but its recent form isn't anything flash. 1-7-6-2, race number 1.
Which way are you going, Shorty?
I'll go with Zipping Lewick. I liked this dog last week, Pete. I thought it was a nice performance. Hit the line really hard. Again, don't expect it to be up on speed early, but it'll be really strong late. 1, Zipping Lewick, wins just round the corner. From 7, Sure Oliver, who will be up on top of the speed. 8, Star Bree looks to have a pretty bright future in store. And number 6, Defender. 1, 7, 8 and 6 for me in the first.
I'll go 7, 6, 8 and 1. Sure Oliver to be able to win again. Did win from this draw 2 starts back. I know that was his first win over the trip, but I think he can, in this sort of race, be a major player. So 7, 6, 8, 1, race number 1. Race number 2, early scratching here of number 6 in Simple Sally. Take note. We're waiting for the official scratchings to come through, but Simple Sally is out. And the favourite currently is Impress Amber at $2.25. Shorty, a greyhound who's been knocking on the door for Cosy D'Agostino.
Absolutely, Pete. Looks well placed again here tonight. That 22.43 standout performance for this. So 2 on top from the kennel, mate. Number 5, Petite, I think, with Simple Sally out now. That looks really well placed. So 2 from 5, including number 4, Osprey Wizard, who's got the paw on the till, and 1, Ticker Magic. 2, 5, 1 and 4.
I'll go 2, 5, 4 and 3 with 2 Impress Amber on top. Runs have been really good. Was nice third behind West on Tilly from a wide draw. Comes into an inside box where she does have a good record. From number 5, Petite was a good winner. 3 back in 22.83 from this draw. 22.61 in the winner in the past. Should be up on speed. For third, number 4, Osprey Wizard. Hasn't disappointed since arriving into the state. Run some nice races behind some talented greyhounds. And for fourth, I'll throw in 3, Luxio Wave, always there for the back end of first fours. 2, 5, 4, 3, race 2.
I'm going similar to Shorty, 2, 5, 4 and 1 Impress Amber on top as well. So very hard to beat for Cosy D'Agostino over the Kennelmate in race number 2. Race number 3, more open race here. A little bit sours at $3.60. Examiner at $3.80. I'm going with the market. Number 2, a little bit sour. Nice winner from an inside draw up at Northam going back 3 runs ago. Didn't have a lot of luck last start up there. Returns to the track, has got a good record from inside boxes. 6, Examiner, has been racing very well for Cody Charles up at Northam. Went 29.65 recently. For third, number 7, Cut Model, a greyhound who's been knocking on the door over the 400 metres. And 3, Don't Tell Dasher. Shorty, 2, 6, 7, 3 for me in race number 3.
Yeah, I thought this was one of the more challenging races of the night, to be honest with you, Pete. I'm going to go with number 2 on top, a little bit sour. From number 3, Don't Tell Dasher, some of the recent runs have been good for Ben McLean. I think that greyhound number 7, Cut Model, if it can get away safely, can certainly play a part. And number 4, Sneaky Pint, next best for me. But number 2, a little bit sour on top in one of the more tricky races of the night.
I'll go 6, 3, 2, 7 with 6 Examiner on top. Put 2 wins on the board there in the Dale Cup Series at Northam. Last couple of efforts haven't been bad behind Jumping Jules and Long Johnny. I think from box number 6, vacant box on his inside, he might be able to push up on speed here and can run a bold race. From number 3, Don't Tell Dasher, form at Northam's been really solid. Good third in 29.85. From number 2, a little bit sour for third. And for fourth, I will throw in number 7, Cut Muddle, 6, 3, 2, 7, race 3.
All right, let's go to race number 4 on the program over the 400 metres and Feed the Flames, currently the favourite at $2.15, Jesse.
Yeah, that's the way I'm going here. It hasn't started from box. In fact, it has started from box 8 before. Hasn't won. Good record over the trip. 4 starts, 2 wins and a minor. Was racing really well in City Class Company up in Cannington's. Handled the step into graded company pretty well. I think has been knocking on the door and can get the job done here in a weakish field than his last couple of starts. For second, 6 West on Tilly. Good last start winner in Novice Class Company. For third, 2 in Jason Keeping. And for fourth, I will throw in 5 Leclerc, who will be getting back and running on really strongly for Cody Charles. 8, 6, 2, 5, race 4.
Shorty?
I'll go with number 8 on top, make it one of the best bets on the card. I think if Feed the Flame brings its best form, that 22.36 would measure up really well. Obviously, the kennel in a bit of form after taking out the Group 1 there last week. Dangers number 6 West on Tilly. We know this dog's very capable, just needs to get the start right. From there, I thought number 5, Leclerc, recent form looks poor. The dog's better than that. And greyhound number 3, Mayday, next best. 8, 6, 5 and 3 for me. Pretty keen, though, that number 8, Feed the Flames with a safe getaway. I'll take some stopping. 8, 6, 5 and 3.
And Mayday's just come out, Shorty. I was about to go through the scratching, so I'll get another 4th tip from you. And while you're doing that, and I'm not sure if you can do that while you're driving, because I know all of this information's in Shorty's head at the moment as he drives in. The scratchings are race 2, scratch 6, Simple Sally. Race 2, number 6. Race 3, number 1, Roman Blazer. Race 4, number 3, Mayday comes out. The reserve out of race number 5. Go down to race number 8, scratch the reserve. Reserves are out of races 9 and 10, and also race 12. And race number 13, scratch 8, Extremely Smooth comes out. So race 13, number 8 as well. So just a 4th number, Shorty, for the first 4.
I'll throw in number 2, Jason Keeping, as a replacement, Pete.
Good on you. Okay, 8, 6, 7 and 2 for me as well. Number 8, Feed the Flames. I think that he'll be very, very hard to beat in race number 4. So 8, 6, 7, 2 in the 4th. As we go to race number 5, it's the first leg of the quaddie tonight. And the scratching of the reserve, obviously. Number 1, Long Johnny, is the favourite currently at $2.80 for Paul Keltz's Shorty. A greyhound who's been really chasing very well. 2 really smart wins. The last win in 22.33 was very impressive over Cup Model.
It was indeed, and look, goes up in grade here, runs into some nice types, but I think from the draw it does get the advantage on a tough night. Number 1, Long Johnny, happy enough to be with it. From number 5, Ned's been racing really well in this company of late. 6, Sunset Callisto, needs enormous respect. And number 3, Dandelup Blazer, down in distance but very capable. Number 1 made it one of the best of the night, Long Johnny, from 5, 6 and 3 for me there in race number 5.
I'll go 1, 6, 7, 2, 1 Long Johnny on top. Comes in a box number 1 where he's got a pretty good record. He's bringing really solid form into this race. For second, number 6 in Sunset Callisto, racing well in open class company. Did finish behind Crumble Minelli in the Peter Thomas final. For third, number 7, Maximum Carnage. Graham with a good record over the trip. 7 starts, 2 wins and a placing with a really quick 22.36, which he ran last week. And for fourth, I'll throw in 2, Nova Girl, who's been racing in some good form as well in Provincial 5 company. 1, 6, 7 and 2, race 5.
1 Long Johnny on top for me as well for Paul Kelsis. Good to see his team's going well. Number 6, Sunset Callisto, I think certainly is the improver. Number 2, Nova Girl, and 5, Ned. 1, 6, 2, 5 in race number 5. To race number 6, the favourite here is with number 5, Sunset Hornet at 2.35, Unleash Mayhem 2.60. This should be a really good race, the free-for-all, over the 400 metres. Jesse, which way are you going?
I'm going to go with Sunset Hornet. It's been racing really well over the 488 in free-for-all company. He's beaten Mulfetted Cruise in the past, so that's no easy scalp, and comes into this trip 11 starts, 7 wins, 2 minors. Very talented chaser. It's always on speed, very reliable early. I think even from a middle draw can cross the field here in a free-for-all. So Sunset Hornet on top. For second, 2, Unleash Mayhem. No knocking this greyhound's form. Won his last 2 in quick time, 22.31 and 22.32. I just think he runs into one quicker here. For third, 7 Hour Benson, just proven in free-for-all company, runs a stack of placings. And for fourth, I'll throw in 8, Matrix Bow. Form at Northern's been really solid. Hasn't yet won at Mandurah, but will be winning soon once he dropped his way down the grades. 5, 2, 7 and 8 in race 6.
Shorty, do you think Sunset Hornet can cross Unleashed Mayhem?
Maybe, Pete. That's the $1 million question. Gee, I tell you what, it's a deep, deep race, and there's a host of winning chances. Just getting the start right in a race with so much early pace is going to be absolutely crucial. I've gone with Sunset Hornet. Really hard to knock holes in the dog's form. It doesn't matter what distance it's running over. It's taking a lot of beating and over this sort of trip, even if it doesn't roll to the top. The way it's been racing over 488, if it can sit handy, it's still going to be in the contest. So I'll go with number 5, Sunset Hornet on top. From number 2, Unleash Mayhem. If it can get down to the rails first, it'll take some stopping from there. Number 7, Our Benson, deserves respect, handles a wide draw. And 4, What a Ripper. So for me, 5 on top from 2, 7 and 4.
I'm going to go the other way, Unleash Mayhem. I know that he hasn't run quick as time as Sunset Hornet has done, but he's won 10 of 13. He's got a great record of being able to win. You'd love a greyhound that finishes in the top 3, 88% of his career of 16 starts. He's won 63% and he's won 30,000. So I'm going Unleash Mayhem. I actually think he can hold out Sunset Hornet. So 5 for second. 7 Hour Benson's chasing very well, knocking on the door, and 1 a little bit twisted. It is a good race though. 2, 5, 7, 1 in race number 6. How's the car park out there, Shorty?
Well, we're moving, which is really, really encouraging, Pete, and I'm not far from Gloucester Park, which is good news. We're not far away. I'm sure at the halfway mark I'll do the rest of this from the motor vehicle, and at the halfway mark I'll join you in studio for the Saturday Mandurah action.
Good on you. We'll get you a police escort in if we can. Fancy that Fred is the favourite in race number 7 at $3.50, Shorty. Sunset Mirage at $3.70. It's interesting. I haven't got these two in my selections. They're the two favourites. I thought it was a little bit more open. I'll give you my thoughts. I thought Curious George is a greyhound that can certainly play a part since coming across from Queensland. She's won her last 2. I was impressed with her time last start and her early speed. So I think she's the one to beat. She's currently at $4.80. Number 2, Pretty Hot, a greyhound who's well drawn. For third, number 1, Kenya Kraken, who's also got a lot of ability. And 3, Speedy Genie, 5, 2, 1, 3. I've gone against what the bookmakers have as favourite here. What about yourself?
Pretty keen on Fancy That Fred here, drawn box number 8. I liked its run last week, and again, there's some pace drawn inside, but I think that it's got the ability to be able to overcome that, land in a spot, and be pretty hard to beat. From number 5, Curious Georgia, who last 2 wins have been really good. 7, Sunset Mirage, and 6, Sassy Snickers. Gone with the outside division here, 8, 5, 7 and 6.
I'll go 5, 7, 6, 8. So outside division as well, just slightly rearranged them. I've got Curious Georgia on top. Was a good winner in 22-29. Anytime you go 6-19 to the first peg, you're going to be very hard to lead. For second, number 7 in Sunset Mirage, who's been racing well in free-for-all company over the 488. Won't mind the wide draw. For third, 6 Sassy Snickers. She's always on pace as well. And for fourth, number 8, Fancy That Fred. Just a lot of good form in this race. 5, 7, 6 and 8, race 7.
Race number 8, final leg of the quaddie over the 488 metres. Favourite is Max Capacity, currently at $2.88. Jesse?
That's the way I'm going. I'm surprised to see him that short. I thought he would be around the 350 mark, especially from box 8 in a field that is a lot more depth than what he's been racing against. He is back up into provincial class here. I've gone that way on top with Max Capacity. Lost no admirers last week with a good second behind Premium Star. Premium Star went on to record a really quick winner on Tuesday. Before then, a 27-25 winner. But all his form comes from inside boxes. Steps up to box 8 here tonight. For second, number 1, Sunset Lasso, a greyhound whose recent form hasn't been flashed but does have a good record from box 1. For third, 2, Such a Vibe. And for fourth, I'll throw in 5, Tier Tremor. 8-1-2-5, race 8.
Shorty?
Yeah, I'll also go with number 8 on top here, Pete, Max Capacity. A little concerned as to whether it'll get over or not. If it does, then it's the dog to beat. If it doesn't, then it could get left out there on a limb. From greyhound number 2, Such a Vibe. I've got a fair bit of time for this youngster. Continues to improve with racing. 5, Tier Tremor. Likewise, if it pings and rolls to the top, hard to beat. And then I'll include number 1, Sunset Lasso. So 8, 2, 5 and 1.
Sunset Lasso I'm putting on top from the inside draw. Number 5, Tier Tremor, has been knocking on the door. 2, Such a Vibe. I'm concerned about the outside draw for Max Capacity. So 1, 5, 2 and 8, all of her, while he's only had 7 career starts, his 3 wins have come from inside boxes. So he needs to be able to get across in the final leg of the quaddie. Let's go to race number 9 on the card. This race here is over the 400 metres, a grade 5. And an open betting market has Apache Havoc, Shorty, the favourite at $3.20 from box number 8.
Yeah, I'll go with number 8 on top here, Apache Havoc. Should be able to zoom across. It's got that excellent early pace. From 3, Artisan Artist, greyhound that's bursting to win a race. 4, Cambosis Jr. And I'll round it out with greyhound number 7, Startup Ando, who can use box number 7 to advantage. But number 8 on top, 3 the danger, 8 from 3 for me in race 9.
I'll go 1, 8, 3 and 4. I like one here at value. Impress Rocks, dropping back from the 488 where he's put some impressive efforts on the board, and it's all come from wide boxes. He steps into box 1. He's had 9 starts for a win and 5 minors. He's near on lead at, his last couple of starts. So you think he'd be on speed. He hasn't won for 25 starts, but he has recorded a quick 22.40 in the past. So I'm with, on an each-way basis here, Impress Rocks. From number 8, Apache Havoc. Concerns with the box here. For third, number 3 in Artisan Artist. And for fourth, number 4, Cambosis Jr. 1, 8, 3 and 4, race 9.
I'm going with Apache Havoc like Shorty from the wide draw. It's got a reasonable record. Number 6 for second, another James. Nice win last start from this box. For third, number 7, Startup Ando, who should be well suited out wider, has been drawing closer to the inside. And number 3, Artisan Artist, 8, 6, 7, 3 in race number 9. Race number 10, favourite here is Miss Magnificent, currently quoted at $2.80 for Ricky Valenti, a greyhound who hasn't had a lot of luck in recent starts. 300-metre journey again, and from this draw, I know that her record shows that she's had 6 starts from inside box 4 and she's only been placed once. I'm going to go against the stats and hope she can break through. So 2 on top from number 1, Pop's Pocket. Greyhound has only won 1 of 16 over the trip. Number 5 for third, Aeroplane Ricky, and 8, Follow Me Home. 2, 1, 5 and 8, Shorty, race 10.
Yeah, not a race I'll be stepping into this one, Pete. I'll go with greyhound. Number 2 on top, Miss Magnificent, but not with great confidence. From number 8, Follow Me Home. 1, Pop's Pocket. Good opportunity for Rocket Rod to nick a race here. And next best, number 5, Aeroplane Ricky. But one I'll just be watching personally. 2, 8, 1 and 5.
Yeah, it's sort of a race that lacks a bit of form, but I'll go with 5, Aeroplane Ricky on top. He's best. He should put these away, but form from Darwin and his recent efforts haven't been very impressive, but he does drop back in distance and down in class a lot. For second, number 2, Miss Magnificent. Third, 1, Pop's Pocket. Fourth, 3, Kid Ego. 5, 2, 1, 3, race 10.
What about race 11, Jesse? This is a tough race, 652 metres. What did you make of the interstate form of Tina Said So? Currently the favourite, by the way, is Blessed Doll and Outmax at 340.
Yeah, it's been very solid. I mean, you can't knock winning form. I'm not sure if the times are overly impressive. It has gone best a day. It's one of those efforts, but it's probably the only race on the card. It's hard to get a guide on some of those 600-metre efforts. The 600-metre form's probably not as strong as the 600-metre form that we have here in the state. So I've left it out. I'm just going to see how it goes, and hopefully it doesn't hurt me here. I'm with Rhino Bale on top. It's had 2 starts over the trip, did run third. Last couple over the 488 haven't been very flash, but has been getting home really well. So Rhino Bale, I think, will excel with the step up in trip, has had the 59 starts for 10 wins. So he's a consistent chaser. For second, number 8, Out Max, I thought was a good effort at Northam, 2 back in 29.65, and has won in the past over the extended trip. For third, number 2, Blessed Doll. She's always thereabouts in this company. And for fourth, I'll throw on 1, Hippie Trail. He wasn't a bad effort last week behind Sky Manelli. Although beaten by 7 lengths, still ran a pretty competitive 37 at 44. 4, 8, 2, 1, race 11.
Shorty?
I'm going to take the punt on the newcomer, Pete. Tina Said So. Winning form's good form over a trip. So 6 on top, Tina Said So. From 2, Blessed Doll. Racing really consistently of late. Number 8, Outmax. And I'll go with 4, Rhino Bale. Hippie Trail can hit the frame. It's pretty open. And again, we're going to learn more about Tina Said So after this race tonight. 6, 2, 8 and 4.
And he is a winner. He's won 5 of 17, and I don't think he has to be a star to be winning this race. So I'm going to go that way as well for Johnny Graham. Number 6, Tina Said So. 1, Hippie Trail, I think, can certainly run a cheeky race from the inside. 2, Blessed Doll, and 4, Rhino Bale. 6, 1, 2, 4. Race 11. Race number 12 over the 300 once again. Favourite here is 5, Social Equity at $3.20. Should be hard to beat. She's won 2 of 4 over the trip. Number 7 for second, Beautiful Babe. Nice winner from an inside draw in good time going back 4 runs ago. Number 3, Lara Longlegs has been racing okay up at Northam. And number 8, All About Opal was a good winner from an inside draw here recently as well. 5, 7, 3, 8 Shorty in race 12.
Yeah, very similar. P5 on top, Social Equity from 7, Beautiful Babe. I thought number 6, Trendy Miss, was capable of rattling home into third or fourth, and I'll include number 3, Lara Longlegs. So 5, 7, 6 and 3.
I will go 5, 2, 4, 8, 5, Social Equity on top. Good record over the trip, 4 starts, 2 wins. Did win 2 back in 23 seconds over the 400 metres, which probably isn't her go at this stage in her career. She does drop back down to the 300, I think will win here. From 2, Zipping Liquid, second last week behind Bracton. For third, 4, Emi Nakayama. And for fourth, I'll throw in 8, All About Opal. 5, 2, 4, 8, race 12.
And race number 13, I think that we should be bringing these races either closer together. There's a 22-minute gap between races 12 and 13, or bringing the race forward, the race meeting forward, so that the participants aren't getting home after midnight. I think we need to look at their welfare as well. We always look at the welfare of the greyhounds, and I think the participants should be looked after. It's a very late start, and 22 minutes between races 12 and 13 I don't think is required. In saying that, there's no market up for the 13th. I'm going, number 8 comes out as well. I'm going number 2, Coda Herrera. Nice win at Northam last start for Gary Nelson. Number 1, Turk's Dream, ideally drawn, has won 5 of 10 from box 1. Number 3, Mary Samsonite, and 4, Silly Old Bear. 2, 1, 3, 4, Shorty.
Yeah, pretty challenging race to round out proceedings. I'll go the same way with 2, Coda Herrera on top. From the red, Turk's Dream. 4, Silly Old Bear, runs plenty of placings. And number 3, Mary Samsonite, was good last week. 2, 1, 4, 3.
I'll go 1 to 3, 4, 5. 1, Turk's Dream on top. Racing well, drops out of free-for-all company, back down to a grade 5. She gets gets her box. I think she should be winning here. From number 3, Mary Samsonite. Number 4, Silly Old Bear, and 5, Incredible Pink. 1, 3, 4, 5, race 13.
Okay, are you almost here, Shorty?
I am indeed. I'm here. I've been here for the last 10 in the car park, Pete. So I'll give you my best bets. Race 4, number 8, Feed the Flames, and race 5, number 1, Long Johnny. They're the 2 I'm most keen about tonight, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Good on you, David Shortte there. He'll be in the studio in a moment. Your best?
Or get the coffee out for Shorty. My best. I like race 6, number 5, Sunset Hornet. Race 8, number 8, Max Capacity. And race 9, number 1, Impress Rocks, as a value play. No quaddie, Pete. That looks awfully hard tonight at Mandurah.
All right, let's go to Ryan Levitsky, who's about to join us. He was calling all the action at Northam last night, and he's about to give us his best for tonight's program as well. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Pete.
Looking forward to tonight's program?
Oh, sure am.
All right, what's your best, please?
My best is, I'm sticking with this. I'm sticking with Shawnee Cav. Race 1, number 1, Zipping Lewick. It's got a big engine, and I think tonight's the night. Race 1, number 1. I also like race 7, number 1, Can You Crack It? That was a good win last week. And race 8, number 8, Max Capacity, well drawn. Race 1, number 1, race 7, number 1, race 8, number 8, and no quaddie at Mandurah.
Okay, no quaddie. What about the Saturday program?
Yeah, race 3, number 7, Rapido Jedi is going to end up in free-for-all company. Very, very smart youngster for Paul Stewart. Race 5, number 1, All About Cole, picks itself. And here's the value. Race 6, number 7, Arbolino, each way. It's been rocketing home. So race 3, number 7, Short But Sweet. Race 5, number 1, Short But Sweet. And race 6, number 7, each way. And a quaddie, 24 combos. Standout 1, All About Cole, into 1, 6, 7, into 1 and 4, into 1, 3, 5 and 8.
Okay, have you found anything on Monday or Tuesday this early stage?
Yeah, Brad Cook's got a winner on Monday. Race 7, number 5, Olive Grace. Race 7, number 5 at Northam.
Okay, and at this point in time, who would you be backing to win the AFL Grand Final?
Boring answer, but Sydney Swans.
Okay. The Waffle Grand Final, you probably got more interest in that.
Well, there's no footy tonight, Pete. I'm a bit disappointed. This is where the Waffle needs to step up and
there's AFLW
for victims. Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't know that, so I might have a look into that. But I just think a week off, it's no good.
Yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult. But anyway, we'll be able to follow Mandurah tonight and look forward to your broadcasting. So enjoy the evening.
And Pete, can I just give a quick drive-by to Sky Channel, who have missed 3 WA dog races in the last 8 days. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
I was in Adelaide last week. Night. We missed the track record run of Sage to Neil. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, there were ads being played.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There's my drive-by.
Yeah, I don't think anyone listens to us. What do you think about the late finish tonight as well, when there's 22 minutes between races 12 and 13 and the participants are getting home after midnight? Surely we can bring the meeting forward so that we finish at a reasonable time. I don't mind having 13 races. We can put 14 on if you want, but we shouldn't be finishing at 11 o'clock.
Well, it's the sleep deprivation for trainers. I'm not going to complain because I've got it easy, but all of these trainers, and don't forget some are in Gidgegannup and, like Wundowie.
Yeah.
So, if they're getting home at 1 o'clock, they've got to be up to feed the dogs no matter what.
And they've got to back up the next day as well. There's some participants who have to trial at Northam, that your trials are at 9 o'clock there, so you're leaving at 7:30. It doesn't give you much time to get up to your dogs after you come back from the track as well.
Yeah, and the argument is that we don't get a lot of turnover if we go before 7 o'clock because of the clashing of races. Well, I'm sure we don't get a lot of turnover on race 13 at 11 o'clock at night. Anyway.
Well, Sky Channel do our race times, and if they show all of our races, that's a good start.
Well, considering they program it, you'd think they'd have that done.
All right, let's move on. Thanks, Ryan. Enjoy the calling. Ryan Levitsky's going to get me in trouble. Shorty, good to see you, mate.
Hello, nice to be with you guys. Echo everything that Ryan just said. It's infuriating when you've got both channels up and you're watching and one's on an ad and the other one's got some nondescript venue from somewhere that doesn't really matter too much from a national perspective, and you're waiting for either of them. Then you've got tab radio on as your third option just in case. Surely they wouldn't not cover it, and lo and behold, good old faithful TAB radio to the rescue every time. But we pay for vision to be having on these races, and we
hopefully management are actually dealing with Sky in regards to this, because it has happened far too many times. It's not acceptable. Let's turn our attention across the Saturday night program, Shorty. 400 metres we start off with, and the favourite in the first is not available. No market up at the moment with Tab Touch. Aussie Gem, I thought it'd be hard to beat for trainer Jamie Marsh, a greyhound who's been knocking on the door, put a couple of wins together and then placed to the last 4. I think she can break through. Number 5, Go Get 'em Nelly, was a nice winner last start for Ben Abercrombie. 2, Farmer Russell, and is a newcomer from Sydney. And number 1, Sand Cruiser. 6-5-2-1, I'm going Shorty in the first.
Yes, Pete, can understand why you're headed that way. The beautiful thing when you get involved with Aussie Gem is the early pace that she shows. She really has got excellent early. She puts herself right into the contest. The last little bit can be a little bit scary because she does put in some small ones over the last little bit, but I would have thought she can just about get away with a break big enough to win this race on Saturday night, so I'll go with 6 on top. From number 5, Go Get 'em Nelly, as Pete alluded to, the victory was good last time out. It's likely to be right there in the finish once again. 2, Farmer Russell for Corey White. Always respect anything that he takes to the track. And number 1, Sand Cruiser, is never far from the action. It's a Shazam with Pete on the first race of the night. The other dog I wanted to give some respect to there was the 3, Impala Bale. Happy to throw it in for the novelties as well, but I'll go 6-5-2-1.
Same numbers, slightly different order. 6-2-1-5-6 in Aussie Gem on top. From 2, Farmer Russell, 1, Sand Cruiser, and 5, Go Get 'em Nelly. 6-2-1-5, race 2.
Race number 2 over the 488 metres, and a very open market here has Ironworks, the favourite, at $3.40. Newcomer for Paul Stewart, who won on debut and then didn't have a lot of luck when missing the kick last start, Jesse.
Yeah, it's box 8 record isn't flash so far, but ran a competitive time, 27.59. You go back to that Never made it in 27.38 from box number 1. It's hard to stop, but he's not electric out early, and that's going to be the main concern. There's some quick beginners around him here on Saturday night, but I'm just going to back him in again. He comes into a better box, albeit right in the middle of the field. So Ironworks on top. From number 6 in Go Seek Francine, who's going to be up on speed. Same to number 3 Black Ness, who I've got for 3rd. And for 4th, number 1 Zinc, who will be stuck to the rail there. He could run on for a minor placing and finish in the first. 4, 5, 6, 3, 1, race 2.
Well, I'm going to team up with the same dog, but look, needs to sharpen things up a little. The run last time out behind West on Coal was good, overcoming the slow start and finishing the race off really well. The performance to win the maiden was elite. Really well-bred greyhound, in good hands with Paul Stewart. He has a high opinion of the dog, and hence I probably have a little more faith in the dog than I would with a stock standard sort of toiler that I'm just coming across. So I know when Paul's got an opinion of a dog that generally that they've done good stuff when it comes to break-in and also trials and the like, and there's a body of work there that would suggest that Ironworks is going to be a dog that will do some good things for his kennel. So 5 on top. From number 2, Firefly Lane, a chaser that's got quite a motor, continues to improve with racing, and I think that it can certainly improve over the next little patch. 6, Go Seek Francine, is certainly very capable. If it can get the start right and get across, it could give plenty of cheek. And 1, Zinc, in a race like this, it'll be getting back and charging home. Looks a really nice roving sort of play in a race like this that's pretty open. 5, 2, 6 and 1.
5, 3, 4 and 2 for me. Number 5, Ironworks as well. He didn't jump well in his maiden win from box number 1, but was good enough to win. So he needs to have a little bit of luck early. You'll hold your breath. 3, Black Ness, I'll put in for 2nd. 4, Midnight Mass, and Firefly Lane. 5, 3, 4, 2. Race number 2. Race number 3, and the favourite, Rapido Jedi, at $2.10. Very, very impressive from this draw last start, Shorty.
This is the bet of the night for me, Pete, and on a weekend where it's pretty tough to isolate sort of standout bets. This is just a rinse and repeat job for Rapido Jedi. Last week from the wide draw, a very good early split, 5.73, rolled to the top, and the overall time at 27.29 was first class. We saw this dog qualify in 27.30, and the runner-up performance behind Premium Star, who's since shown itself to be well above average. Everything about this dog gets all of the ticks. Was a class act and no reason to go against it. Just thought it was very much a case of putting the same bunch of washing into the washing machine and hoping for the same outcome. Clean clothes and a fill-up for the punters. Race 3, number 7, Rapido Jedi on top, and the best bet on the program. From number 5, Racing Barbie, continues to race really well for Christine Robarts, and I think from the middle draw, if it can just get across into a reasonable slot, is worthy of respect. 6 Kisses for Ruby. This was a stunning win last time, and the time was very good. I think the dog's got a future. I'll be interested to get some feedback from Jesse on the future of this greyhound and what they think of it around the kennel. And number 3, Hollywood Miss, is another dog that's got a bright future as well. But 7 for me, really like what I've seen from Rapido Jedi. 7, 5, 6 and 3.
I'll go 7, 6, 3 and 5. 7 Rapido Jedi on top. I think Kisses for Ruby is going to give it a lovely card into the race. I'm a bit shocked about the price. 210. There's only a length separating these two greyhounds, and they've both been beat. So it's not as if they're absolute winning machines and can't be beat. You could say the same as well for number 3, Hollywood Miss. So I've got for third. And for fourth, I'll throw in 5, Racing Barbie. 7, 6, 3, 5 with Rapido Jedi, but a little bit shocked between the price discrepancy between it and the main other players in the market. 7, 6, 3, 5, Pete.
Yeah, I think he's the best of the night as well. And I think he's already firmed, hasn't he, Shorty? Yeah, $2.25 into $2.10. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts odds on. I think he's got a big motor, as he showed last week, and he gets galloping room, which is important. So 7 on top. Number 3, Hollywood Miss. I think I can put her in for second. Her first 2 wins were very smart. Number 6, Kisses for Ruby, and 5, Racing Barbie. 7, 3, 6, 5. In race number 3.
Just quickly, Pete, for Jesse, Kisses for Ruby, only lightly raced. It's only had the 3 career starts. Came from the inside draw when running that quick time last week, 27.35. But the early split was really good, 5.61. Has she always looked above average, this girl?
Not really, actually. She's always just sort of been at that average, but she's improved with every run. So she's probably still not quite at her best, but I still think we're going to get run down by Rapido Jedi. It's probably about 2 or 3 lengths stronger in the run home, and that's probably going to be the tail of the tape.
Another good producer as well, Rapido Lass, who, if you get good producers, like we saw in the National Sprint last week, you're certainly going to have a lot of fun. Very, very important. Race 4, free for all, over the 488 metres, and Crumble Manelli's the favourite at $3.10. I'm glad David Hobby spoke to me a few weeks ago, giving us that information about the greyhound's stomach muscles, and gee whiz, hasn't he flown recently? That was a brilliant win last week.
It was indeed. This dog's right back to its best, Pete, and that was a valuable insight that you brought to the table going back a few weeks ago, and all Crumble Manelli's done since is just win. And its early splits are back to its brilliant best, so it's going to find itself in the same spot that it has been the last little bit here, I think, and that's on the arm. And in that capacity, Crumble Manelli, while it's not sort of dynamite late, it's generally often gone by the time they get out and get after it. So I have to tip it on top. It's your likely leader, and it'll give you a really good sight. Once again, I'd suggest number 2, Crumble Manelli. From greyhound number 5, Sunset Comanche, who'll be charging home late. 7, Molfetta Cruz, got a lot of time for this dog, gets room to wind up. It'll be right there in the mix. And number 4, Barbecue Man. Gee, it's a good quality free-for-all. This is one of the races of the weekend here locally. 2, 5, 7, 4.
I'll go 7, 2, 4, 1. I'll back Molfetta Cruz in. Was a good winner from box 1 last week. And he doesn't mind outside draws. So I've gone with Molfetta Cruz on top. I think he'll run down the early leader and Crumble Manelli. For third, number 4, Barbecue Man. He won't be far off. And for fourth, I will throw in number 1, Inside Scoop. It was a good effort last week behind Molfetta Cruz, I thought. 7, 2, 4, 1, race 4.
2, 4, 7 and 5. Crumble Manelli to lead. Barbecue Man, I see, is the danger, although Molfetta Cruz is chasing very well. And 5, Sunset Comanche. 2, 4, 7 and 5 in race number 4. Race number 5, first leg of the quaddie, $2.15, all about coal for trainer Darren Rowe, who's having a really good run with this greyhound, Jesse.
Yeah, it's probably not where he wants to be. I can tell you this about Darren. He makes a very good pie. I stopped in yesterday at after trials at Mandurah, and it was a lead. I got Dad a...
Didn't bring any donuts back for us?
No, I got Dad a jam donut, and I've moved into favourite child status. So
Excellent.
I'll have to make a stop next week as well, just to make sure I keep my spot there in the pecking order. But I've gone with Coco Shimmer on top, a greyhound who's been chasing really well over this distance. 9 starts, 4 wins, 3 minors. Good second behind Pepper Grinder when leading over the 7.21 at Northam. Just doesn't quite get it at this stage. But before then, a 37.20 winner. I think that's all she needs to go to win this. Front number 1, All About Cole. Good second last week behind Sky Manelli and a good second behind Sage Tinil. But box 1 record isn't fantastic. We know he likes to use a bit of the track, and he's been racing in smaller fields as well. So this is a full 8-dog field. For third, number 8, Pepper Grinder. And for fourth, I'll throw in 2, Ruthless Tiger. 7, 1, 8 and 2, race 5.
I'll go with the red All About Cole, just hoping that the dog gets the start right and can get to the spot that it wants to be. From number 7, Coco Shimmer, 8, Pepper Grinder. Not a lot between those. They're all very, very strong greyhounds. I would expect them to be certainly there in the finish, and rounding it out with greyhound number 3, Chloe Ant, 1, 7, 8 and 3 in the first leg of the quaddie on Saturday night, Pete.
Shazam Shorty, 1, 7, 8 and 3, all about Cole. I know that he's probably better drawn out wide, but he's been showing speed, so he should be able to find the top with a slow beginner on his outside, and I think he's the one to beat. 1, 7, 8 and 3 in race number 5. Race number 6 on the program, and here we see the favourite being number 6, Sunset Pepe, at $2.05. Greyhound is certainly chasing well. He's won 3 of his last 4. Brilliant win last start from a similar draw in close to a personal best. I'm going that way. 6, number 1, Wise Barra, nicely drawn as well. Good win 2 starts back from this box. Number 8, Chef's Kiss, doesn't mind a wide draw, Shorty. And 7, Arbolino. Good race, 6, 1, 8 and 7.
Yeah, very similar here, Pete. 6 on top, one of the best bets on the program. Sunset Pepe was with it last week and didn't let us down. It was a really impressive performance to win. Draws quite similar here. That Sunset Pepe is one of those dogs that's not normally draw dependent, because quite simply when it gets the start right, there's no holding out Pepe. This dog's got a brilliant early bit of burn. And with a vacant in 5 here, Arbolino in 7 shouldn't pose too many problems as long as it stays away from Chef's Kiss. I think Sunset Pepe gets the room required to muster up and lob right up there on top of the speed, and in that capacity capable of sub 27, very hard to beat. From 1, Wise Barra will step, then want to get up the track a little bit, so that's the other thing for Sunset Pepe, just making sure it navigates its way around Wise Barra, who likes to use a bit of the track. 7, Arbolino will be very strong to the line, and 8, Chef's Kiss has, as Pete alluded to, wide draws, no problem. You go back a few runs ago, the win from this very draw was most impressive. 6, 1, 7 and 8. Pretty keen, though, to stick with Sunset Pepe to make it 2 on the bounce.
I'll go with 6, Sunset Pepe on top. From 7, Arbolino. This was a massive run to get to 4th last start behind Sunset Pepe. For 3rd, number 2 in Westo and Boomer. And for 4th, I'll throw in 1, Wise Barra. 6, 7, 2, 1, race 6.
What about race number 7 on the program? The favourite is with number 4, Sunset Serengeti, at $2.60. Curo, $3.50. Is the market the right way around, Shorty?
I think so. I'm pretty keen Sunset Serengeti here. I just think that it's a greyhound with a big motor, excellent record, track and trip, and while it's maybe been just slightly below its very best at its last couple, that performance last time out behind Sunset Pepe was far from a terrible performance. To still run 27-23 lets us know all we need to, that Sunset Serengeti still racing somewhere near its top. Winner of 5 of 8, track and trip, does love it here. So 4 on top, and again, I think I'm happy enough to make it one of my better plays of the program. On top there, Sunset Serengeti. From greyhound number 8, West on Smoky, who's racing really well for Chris House at the moment. 1, Shy Emoji, excellent record, track and trip. And number 3 in Hurricane Taylor will be strong to the line. 4, 8, 1 and 3. Race number 7.
Yeah, I'm with number 4 on top in Sunset Serengeti. Took out the WA Oaks earlier in the year. From number 1, Shy Emoji. For 3rd, number 7 in Curo. And for 4th, the 8, West on Smoky. 4, 1, 7, 8, race 7.
4 on top, Sunset Serengeti for me as well. I think she's the class runner of the field. Number 1, Shy Emoji. I don't mind the draw, and I think that she can actually run into 2nd ahead of number 3, Hurricane Taylor, and 7, Curo. 4, 1, 3, 7. Race number 7. Race number 8 on the program, and this is the final leg of the quaddie, obviously. The favourite here is with the inside Imperial Sash at $2.30. For the new trainer, Terry Erenshaw, takes over this Victorian, a greyhound who's won 6 of 20. What can you tell us about Imperial Sash and how he settled into WA, Jesse?
Oh, he's come back. He started here. He's run 29.7 at Cannington, so he's got a motor. He's coming in pretty underdone here off some interstate form, so it's probably more of a watch and see. I didn't mind Cherry Blue from the wide draw. Ground who absolutely loves racing here at Mandurah. 6 starts, 2 wins and 3 minors over the trip. I think it's going to be the early leader here and might be pretty hard to catch. From 1, Imperial Sash, you'll need the run. For 3rd, number 5, Tick Tick Tick. And for 4th, number 7, Sunset Viper. 8, 1, 5, 7, race 8.
Now, that's interesting. Needs the run, and he's been back from $3 into $2.30, Shorty.
Can tell you it's not my money.
Okay, Jesse. Well, the jam donuts. Someone needs to pay for the jam donuts, Pete, for them to be purchased. They don't pay for themselves when you're backing them at the short quote. So maybe there's a little bit of hijinks going on here with Imperial Sash, but the dog has got an engine. I've actually gone the same way, Cherry Blue, just on an each-way basis. Value-wise, I like this dog when it gets a bit of room to operate, and it'll get that from the pink. So 8 each way from the 1 Imperial Sash. Got a lot of respect for the dog. You don't win 6 of 20 and more than 30,000 by chance. Number 5, Tick Tick Tick, will be strong to the line, and 2 Vaucluse Bale could get the nice suck along the inside and hit the frame at decent value. 8 each way from 1, 5 and 2.
I'm glad I've left Imperial Sash out of my top 4, even though he's been backed, because I didn't think he was capable of running a race in this field anyway. So I'm putting number 6 on top, which is Comfortably Numb, a greyhound who's racing in 3-4 provincial, going back 4 starts ago, drops right back to a grade 5. I think that, and behind the likes of Barbecue Man, Sunset Tyson, Sunset Bubbles, I think he's one of the bets of the night. Comfortably Numb. He's currently at 650. Number 3 for second, Loki Hook. For third, number 7, Sunset Viper. 8, Cherry Blue. 6, 3, 7 and 8. If he comes out and wins Imperial Sash, I'll be replaying what you said this morning.
I'll bring in jam donuts, Pete. I'll ease it for you.
Underdone, put the slows on, 3s into 230. Race number 9 over the 488 metres. He always tells the truth, Jess. Race number 9, no market up at the moment. King Kuna for Michael Johnson. I think he can break through for a maiden victory. I don't mind the fact that he's drawn out wide here. Good second last up behind Rapido Jedi. Number 4, Nala Patenga, good trial form. For third, number 6, Speed Sheller, and 1, Ballistic Bliss. So 8, 4, 6 and 1, Shorty.
8, 4, 6 and 1 for Pete. Got the same dog on top there. Number 8, King Kuna. I thought that was a good performance there last week. From number 6, Speed Sheller, with a safe getaway. Speed Sheller can absolutely be there in the mix. Number 2, Foxy Bluebird, is certainly the sort of dog capable of running a place in a field like this. And the blue dog, Nala Patanga, next best. 8, 6, 2 and 4 for me in race number 9.
I'll go 1, 8, 6, 4. If it wasn't a maiden, I probably would have made it one of my best bets on the card, but not really willing to take risks with maidens. But a 27.72 winner of a qualifying trial, and that was a night where the track was really slow. So that was an impressive run by Ballistic Bliss. I think forget the run last start behind Kisses from Ruby from a wide draw. Comes in a box 1. I think can get the job done here. From number 8 in King Kuna, 6 Speed Sheller and 4 Nala Patanga. 1, 8, 6 and 4, race 9.
Race number 10, Jesse, keep going. 300-metre sprint here for the free-for-all chasers, and Sand Patches 3 from 3 over the distance.
Yeah, it looks pretty hard to beat. Step back up to the 400 for that series there behind Sunset Pepe in the final. I think that might have been the Express Stakes, but comes back down to a free-for-all grade over the 300 metres, and is a very talented chaser. From $6 Tanko, I've got for second. Good second last week behind Hopeland. For third, 7 Hopeland has been in outstanding form, but has to contend with a wide draw. And for fourth, I will throw in number 1 in Our Boy Doug, who's always thereabouts. 3, 6, 7, 1, race 10.
Yeah, similar for me. 3 on top, Sam Patch. From the 6, Solid Tank, who should show good early pace, be right there. 1, Our Boy Doug, should get a lovely run with Watch Me wanting to get up the track. Just needs to hold the fence and grab the tow rope. It'll be there in the finish. And 7, Hopeland, aiming up at 3 on the bounce, but does run into a pretty handy lineup and has the wide draw to contend with. 3, 6, 1, 7.
What about in race number...
Your thoughts, Pete?
My thoughts. 3, 7, 8 and 5. Sam Patch, obviously, the winning form's very good form, and drops back to this distance, which really suits her. 7, Hopeland's been racing very well for Cody. For third, number 8, Bundigi, drawn out wide. Has a good record, has won 4 of 9 from the pink. And number 5, Fearless Parker. 3, 7, 8, 5, race 10. Let's go to race number 11. No markets up for the last few races. Charlie's Harley, I thought, might be able to play a part from an inside draw. He has won 5 times, and 3 of those victories have come from boxes 1 and 2. So Charlie's Harley, I'm putting on top here over the 300. From number 2, Spider Gwen, number 3, Little Sunrise, and 7, 2 Spot Malt. 1, 2, 3 and 7. Wouldn't want to be losing coming to the last few though, Shorty.
Preferably not, Pete. I've gone the same way with Charlie on top, off the inside draw here for Yongi Price, and looks a very winnable race. 7, 2 Spot Mould, I thought was the main danger. If it gets the start right across there for Tony Malia, can be there in the finish. And then 5, Sebastian Mack for Kylie McLennan, and 2, Spider Gwen, 1, 7, 5, 2.
Actually, I've got a lot of confidence here with 2-spot malt to get the job done. Runs sectionals that probably would lead most free-for-all races. Absolutely does not run a metre past 300 metres, and I think should be leading here. And he might get run down, but he'll be in it for a long way. From 8, Kenya Ramesses. Form's not flush, but comes back down to the 300 here at Mandurah. For third, number 1 in Charlie's Harley, and for fourth, 2 Spider Gwen, 7-8-1-2, race 11.
Okay, Tony Marley would be happy with that you're getting confidence in one of his greyhounds. Let's go to race number 12 on the program. And Marvel Storm is a greyhound. It's got a losing sequence of 13, but I thought would play a part here. Shorty, which way are you going?
Yeah, I think the point you made on the prior race applies again here, Pete. It's one that I'll be happy to watch on. I'll go with number 7, You Got Me, for Yongi Price. It could be a good back end of the program for Yongi here. From number 2, Marvel Storm. 5, Fearless Russ for Trev Augustin. And I'll round it out with number 8, Alita 1 for Johnny Graham. 7, 2, 5 and 8 I'll be watching on only here in the 12th.
I'll go 8, 2, 7, 5, 8. Alita 1 on top. Was third in 22.90 in Country Class Company over the 400 metres when defeated by Head Noise. Went on to run 5th over the 300. What caught my eye was the 400 metre sectional, 6:38, 6:37. If you can repeat that over the 300 metres here, I think she should be out in front. From number 2, Marvel Storm. For third, 7, You Got Me. And for fourth, I'll throw on 5, Fearless Russ. 8, 2, 7, 5, race 12.
I'll go 2, 7, 8 and 5, Marvel Storm on top, not with a lot of confidence though. Number 7, You Got Me. 8, Alita 1. And number 5, Fearless Rush. 2, 7, 8 and 5 in race number 12. And then we come to the 13th, which has been put back to 10:54 on Saturday night. And 3 and 6 are vacant boxes. At least it's over a decent distance of 488 metres. Might keep people up to have a bet on Go Seek Ariana. I'm going that way. She was a nice win going back 2 starts ago over Sunset Pacquiao. Ran 5th behind Sunset Pepe in a good field last start. I think this is a bit easier for her. Number 1, Show It, a newcomer from Sydney, has been placed at Wentworth Park. I'll be interested in your boys' thoughts on his chances. Number 2 for third, All About Rock, and 7, Edsel Bale. 4, 1, 2 and 7, Shorty.
4, 5, 1 and 2 for me, Pete. 4 on top, Go Seek Ariana. Racing really well for Damien Credelli. From 5, King Shot. This grade looks suitable. 1, Show It, respecting Johnny Graham and that form it brings from the East Coast. And 2, All About Rock, will be very strong late. 4, 5, 1, 2.
What time did you say this race was amended to?
54.
54. You wouldn't want any delays because they have to finish by 11. So there you go. It's probably more of a reason as to why we shouldn't be having these races so late. I've gone 1, 2, 4, 5. Number 1, Show It on top. Form at Richmond was really good. Ran a second in 29.66, which is absolutely motoring. The winner went to 29.52 best of night time. So if you can repeat that performance, his run sub 30 at Wentworth Park as well. I think he can get the job done here. From 2, All About Rock. 4, Go Seek Ariana, and 5, King Shot. I've got for fourth, 1, 2, 4 and 5. Best bets on the card. Race 1, number 6, Aussie Gem. Race 5, number 7, Coco Shimmer. And race 11, number 7, 2-Spot Malt, I think can get the job done. For a quaddie, we'll go 1, 2, 7, 8 the first leg, 1, 2, 6, 7 the second leg, 4 and 8 the third leg, and 1 and 8 in the final leg. What about yourself, Shorty?
Yes, best bets on the program. Race 3, number 7, Rapido Jedi. Race 6, number 6, Sunset Pepe. Race 7, number 4, Sunset Serengeti. They are my key 3 plays on the program. From a quaddie perspective, first leg, just going with numbers 1, 7 and 8. In the second leg, going with numbers 1, 6 and 7 again. In the third leg, race number 7 on the program. Taking numbers 1, 4 and 8. So 1, 4 and 8 in that third leg. In the final leg, a pretty tricky race. I'll go with a little bit wider here. Numbers 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 and 8 in that final leg. 1, 7, 8, 1, 6, 7, 1, 4, 8, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. My thoughts for a busy Saturday night of chasing. 13 races up for debate there, Pete. Should be an excellent night of chasing. That free-for-all in particular is going to be an absolute beauty there. Race number 4 on the card.
Looking forward to that, and also looking forward to the Tab Touch Jet Set podcast later on this afternoon. You, Shane Williams. Shane actually was with me last week across there in Adelaide. He made a quick flight across.
Did he stay in one piece? Did he stay in one piece?
Yeah, he was pretty well behaved. Behaved.
That's unusual.
Yeah. He was talking to some young girl at about 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning at the casino.
Okay.
Yeah, different casino there. But yeah, no, he was good.
That's nice of him to be just having a bit of quiet communal chat that hour of the morning, Pete. There would have been a bit going on at 2 a.m.
How he can do it as a trainer. Obviously, he's a very good punter.
Oh, my word, he is.
And he'll be on this
very
afternoon.
Good staff. I think that helps as well.
He does have good start, isn't it? No surprise that he had a winning double on Friday while he was away. The team always seem to find another gear when the train's on the road.
Yep, looking forward to the podcast later on, the Jet Set podcast later on.
Who's the VIP guest?
No, today. So the train has got his nephew in town, so he's forwarded on his info, but he won't be live on the program today. So when he's not there and the old blowtorch comes out, not worth having the VIP without him there in the chair, because we miss out on getting the in-depth answers.
Fair enough.
But we will have Bones Harmon, we'll have Corey having a look at the Meadows, and also Jace. It's been running hot recently at Wentworth Park. Hopefully that can continue this weekend.
Good on you, boys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your punting over the weekend. That is Chasing Winners, a break, and then Matt McDermott with Race Day after this.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.